Roman Reigns heated and upset after a Survivor Series WarGames spot. We'll talk about it in a moment. Plus, a Raw star teases a heel turn and a character change, and another WWE Hall of Famer is attending NXT tonight. It's all in the wrestling news right now. I feel like of all the people on the WWE roster who you want to make angry, Roman Reigns probably isn't the one.
Why?
The ones.
What gives you that impression, Tom?
What with him being, top of the tree, and you don't want to upset him in any way, shape, or form because of that.
Yes.
Plus, I imagine, if you upset him, he'd have you.
You'd have that aura of a disappointed father.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Because let me demonstrate what happened at Survivor Series, White. Let's pretend I'm Kevin Owens.
Okay.
And this right here is Roman Reigns, and this is what happened to upset Roman Reigns, apparently.
That is pretty accurate.
He got smacked upside the head, everybody. He went backstage and made note of the fact he wasn't happy about it.
He really didn't. So, the spot in question that you might have seen a few people talking about over the last few hours was that one just there where Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns size each other up. And we see Kev give Roman a slap, and Roman kind of takes a bit of a step back, gives one back. But apparently, according to Fightful Select, this was not a good time for Roman Reigns. Fightful Select learned that Roman Reigns was visibly upset after the Survivor Series main event, specifically about said spot within the match. It was rumoured among those that we spoke to that Reigns took exception to what he perceived as an unplanned spot between he and Kevin Owens. As he walked backstage, he mentioned possibly having a ruptured eardrum, wanted the spot to go as originally planned.
Oh boy.
The exclamation was said to have been expletive-filled, and it was clear to everyone that Reigns wasn't happy. Now, those that we spoke to, says Fightful, didn't believe there'd be any extended heat in regards to the situation, more of a heat-of-the-moment reaction. That's only the perception of things, though. We haven't heard of a physical alteration or an argument, and talent that we heard back from said they expected the two to be able to coexist for work purposes. Reigns did not appear at the post-show press conference as planned. I have seen a few tweets that say that people who were there weren't told that Roman would be there.
You would just assume he would be there, I guess.
Yeah, he was at the one in Cardiff.
Yeah.
Just turned up, got Alex McCarthy to acknowledge him and then left, as we all did in Cardiff. What is the Observer's added a few. We love Alex McCarthy. With the bones off of Alex McCarthy.
Anyway, Wrestling Observer have added this to the report they're saying. Regarding the report on what happened backstage with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, the story is accurate in the sense that Reigns got upset after being popped and had a noticeable bruising under his left eye. There was talk of a possible broken eardrum, but that was not confirmed to us. What is confirmed is that it came from a slap by Owens. Reigns was upset, but 20 minutes later, and it all blown over, and they'd gone down to the Winchester for a lovely pint.
Oh, we've got paparazzi photos of Roman and Kev having a pint and a good laugh about the whole thing.
But there's no lingering issue between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. I guess it's one of those situations where it's these things happen. I saw the slap in question getting circulated on the social medias last night, and you watch it, and it does sound like a gunshot going off. Yeah. But it's standard for professional wrestling when you just watch it. You don't think, oh my God, he's just popped an eardrum there. You just think, oh, he slapped him really hard.
Yeah, that was
it's
it.
wrestling.
Yeah, sometimes you give it a little bit of spice, don't you? When you
a little bit of spice.
Yes. And Roman Reigns getting upset was a bit of the heat of the moment type of situation. Let's talk about Raw from last night. Not massively eventful, but a fun show, I thought.
What? Oh yeah, Raw was fantastic, yeah.
Not Ross's words, the words of Alexa Bliss.
That didn't work unless you saw Raw last night. I hope you did see Raw, because there's a backstage segment. Bianca Belair's giving Bertie big bollocks about how her plan came to fruition at WarGames. Becky Lynch was a fantastic addition. She's going off on one, and then Kathy Kelly's like, isn't that right, Alexa Bliss? You all had a fantastic time. And she's sort of like, oh yeah! Forced smile and everything. A little bit of a flash of the old Wyatt thing just as the segment's kicking off. So it's clear that the essence of whatever Bray Wyatt is these days is pulsating through the being of Alexa Bliss and taking over her mortal presence, even when she doesn't want it to.
Yeah, we're still very much leaning towards Bliss and Bray reuniting, and it feeling so good. And there was the commentators acknowledged the fact this wasn't just like a botch or whatever. The commentators even acknowledged well, that's a weird response by Alexa Bliss. I wonder what will happen. So they do set that up as very much part of the bit. Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss back together. How would you feel about that in your loins?
I'm raring to go under this new regime. I mean, I made it well known over many videos, over many months, how much I didn't like. I thought it was not the performances of herself, Bray and Randy themselves, but the stuff they were given just didn't land for me ever, what they were doing back then. Apart from when Bray got set on fire. That was a cool vision.
That's if
and
in
Randy
doubt.
Orton's night vision goggles. Was that part of the same thing where I just
No,
mixing up
that
stuff now?
That was the night that Randy Orton beat up the legends in the dark.
Bray Wyatt, Ric Flair, same thing. Anyway.
Randy Orton wandering around like Splinter Cell. I love that. I've got a great idea to get the legends. Can I borrow your night goggles?
Hey, that might be coming back at the Rumble of 23. More on that in news video too. What could that mean? I've got no idea. But I think under the new regime, that's a bit more down with the kids. They might be able to get that strand of spooky bollocks wrestling. That is fantastic when it works, and get it onto Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss this time around.
Next week on Monday Night Raw, the Usos will be in action defending their undisputed tag team championships against Matt Riddle and Elias in, I believe, their second match ever as a tag team.
Wow.
Elias doesn't seem to be as into it as Riddle is.
Can you blame him?
No.
Do I hit my bong? No. Put your bongos down, you weird man child.
The joke is he does drugs. It's subtle, but it's there. I feel like this is going to be a breakup angle next week.
I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
It's just, it felt like Elias, since he came back as the guitar strumming fellow, he's just been spinning his wheels a bit. And then obviously they've had the harsh hand dealt to them with the Randy Orton situation. I hope he's okay after all the reports of his surgery recently, and if he could be coming back at all to the professional wrestling, which would be a shame. But it feels like they've just tried to fill that Randy Orton shaped hole with Elias, and it's not quite landed the same way.
It's a weird episode of Hole in the Wall, that is. But I think that there was some speculation from some sources that Randy should have been back by now. I mean, there was talk earlier in the year that he was going to headline SummerSlam against Roman Reigns, and then that never happened. That never became a thing. But at least he was hoping to be back by now. But now there's a lot of question marks of not a case of if he's going to come back or this year, but if he's going to come back at all.
Do you know when the last time he wrestled? Because I heard this last night and it shook me to my core.
Go on.
May.
Was it really May?
It was that unification bout against the Usos on SmackDown.
God.
May.
Jeez.
It's now nearly December.
We watched him. You were there at the WWE show in Newcastle.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to Alex, my future wife, I remember saying that watch Randy Orton because he's brilliant at doing nothing. And he was and he was still like that's not a dig. Like lots of stuff happened around him. He got the crowd pumped. He got tagged in. He did move, pace. All didn't quite get the move. Riddle hits the RKO, the pin. Randy's night is done. I think he did about 4 things, but did them excellently.
Work smarter, not harder, brother.
That's it. That's the trick. That's the trick. Something learnt maybe from the Hall of Famers, who are in force tonight on NXT, aren't they?
Oh my God, yes. We already knew that Road Doggy Dog, Molly Holly, and Alundra Blaze
Alundra Blaze.
Oh, I've been blazing that Toki stuff. Riddle's on, it would appear this morning. They're already coming to NXT tonight to help Shawn Michaels speak some words as he announces the participants for this fancy new match they've got going on in NXT. But there is a new name, Tom, and that new name also in a previous life might have liked that high-grade talking.
Well, he might have done, as Sean X. Parker Waltman will be on NXT tonight with the other Hall of Famers, helping to select participants for the Iron Survivor Challenge. Nice to have X-Pac back on the telly. I always liked a bit of X-Pac.
Well, yeah, it's the Eye of the Tiger, Iron Survivor, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be interesting to see who gets it and, just who wins. I guess that's the point of watching. It's going to be interesting to see who's in the match, and it's going to be interesting to see who wins, Tom.
I'm intrigued to see how they're going to, what this setup's all about. Is it are they going to be like a judging panel? Are they just going to go up to wrestlers and go, tag, you're it, take
we
a
could
number?
have a WrestleMania 2000 situation. A legend in every corner and one more.
What if the announcement is that one of the Iron Survivor challenges is Shawn Michaels versus Road Dogg versus Molly Holly versus Alundra Blaze versus X-Pac?
Why the hell not?
There you go.
I'm sure they can still do it.
There's an idea. Maybe they're going to pick 2 each. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Maybe they'll pick 2 each.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Makes sense, wouldn't it? That'd be quite fun. We'll see what happens later on.
We will. I don't know what to say that.
You can't all pick Von Wagner, all right. Cool your jets.
They're all going to be gagging for cum, but I reckon Road Doggy Dog will be gagging for cum more than most.
And if you're gagging for more wrestling news, you'll find it at cultaholic.com throughout the day. Stay safe. Love you, bye.
I thought you were going to say, love me cum there.
I don't resist it.
Resist it. Say it.
Love me, come.
Love me cum.